Uh, Hello. I gotta say that I'm not terribly impressed by this game so far. Um, to those of you who think that this game will be on par, hell, even beat Lost Judgment in terms of its quality and the combat department, you don't know what you're talking about. I go as far as to say you're downright delusional. Because let's get something straight. Lost Judgment has the best combat. There's no debate. It's not my favorite combat system, but it is the best. And I feel like a lot of people just don't understand why it is the best. But I'm not gonna talk about Lost Judgment too much. I'm gonna talk about why I'm not impressed so far. First off, why don't we talk about what they changed with Zero? So, remember that mashy thing he will get? Nowhere to be found. You remember how he used to have some reversals? He has only this one. So, and he has also this one, which is a replaced one, which is not as good as the shin kick. The shin kick was way better. He had two different variants of the shin kick. So basically, he just doesn't auto turn around. So he only has two reversals. Yep. The the Mad Dog counter is, what was that hitbox? The Mad Dog counter is back, as you can see. But the Fug counter, I do not think is back. If it is, hold on, let me try it. Oh yeah, for some reason, you cannot grab enemies from the front, because you do that, Majima will just go behind them. Because we couldn't put in the front grab. There's no harsh lesson. Completely gone. You see, I'm trying to press, but nothing is working. No harsh lesson. Completely gone. No extreme heat mode. Instead I have the win button, which, you know, with these clones, or like the summon, and I think this is a horrible, I think this is a horrible decision, because it's, you just use that so you can get the game to play itself for you. So this is what these rush combos do. Why does he do so much damage? And they all transition into this mashy thing, which is cool. But there's no chomp. He doesn't have that runny thing. By the way, this running attack doesn't even work half of the time. You see that? Works just fine now. Let me try it on him. Work now. Why don't I try the... You could see I was at full sprint, but he didn't want to do it for some reason. This game is just very clunky. Like, he does not feel good to control. It might just be me, but it feels like there's like a small input delay whenever I do anything. The electric is cool, But it's like, once you launch them, if you press immediately after, even if you want to try and charge up another one, you have to go into the flying thing, into the air juggle. Speaking of the air juggle, it's basically the same as Akiyama in Yakuza 5. It's just a weird gimmick, nothing to it. And again, like... Also, they changed something with this. What? Okay, it works now. Wait, now it doesn't. I'm so confused. Okay, so it works if I'm far away. No, wait, no, it doesn't. Do you see how he'll just realign? Even though I didn't want him to, because, well, I can't just press dodge, because he'll just jump in the air. I have to use the lock-on, which is what you had to do in Judgment. Okay, it worked there, but why does it... You see that? I'm not even tilting the stick. You saw that? Well, why does that happen? Oh, and if you do this reversal, and then try to continue the rush combo afterwards, or you try to do square triangle after that, boom. Yeah, no triangle will come out, so you'll have to continue this. Very weird. And as for this, well, let's just mash. I mean, I'm not terribly impressed so far. Damn. Okay. Why did he do that? What is that buffer window? I barely take any damage, but what is that buffer window? I didn't even press afterwards, but he still didn't move anyways. If you're wondering what I was trying to do, I was trying to do a reverse counter. Like an immediate turnaround counter. Don't get enough time for that. Yeah, okay, it still works. That's good. And, the hell is this shit?
I'll teach you some respect.
Now, I still haven't fought a boss, so I don't know how any of these moves will work. But juggling is so fucking weird in this game. It's super janky and like extremely clunky to do for no reason. You know you're doing something wrong when Gaiden feels more responsive. I don't know. Like what? Why is it like that? Why did he do like a lunge move there? How do I activate that move all of a sudden? This makes no sense. As for this style, on the other hand, I haven't really experimented much with it, but it just looks like mash, mash, mash. But there is one thing I want to talk about. So the classic Fug moveset does exist, right? Oh, that was cool. So the classic Fug moveset does indeed exist, right? God damn, you just had to do the auto turnaround, you idiot. I don't know, why don't we try finding this guy. Okay, that's the old kit. Yeah, you get access to those, but you can not use them unless you throw them away. Throw the swords away. But eventually they will come back. What if I just want to stay unarmed? Because, I mean, you see, I get my old moves. You know, I get my eye poke. I get my roundhouse kick. Actually, let me try something. Ryusuke You're giving them the most obnoxious movesets ever. Fuck off. It'd be nice if there was like a stun mechanic. I'm trying to show an example. Yeah, you see that? It'll just interrupt your combo. You see, there's the roundhouse kick. We got some local Ken. You can block from behind, so hey. I guess Ken-san got localized after all. Because of that one. Okay, so it does work, but it's like very gimmicky. You see, all of those are there, but there's like good luck trying to access them. Like, why can't the swords just stay out? And they only come in if I want them to come in. Are they set on a timer? The most reliable launcher here, it seems, just isn't that reliable. Let me try something. Fuck. I wanted to see if, no, it technically counts as a parry, so I don't think it would have worked.
Huh?
Yeah. And yeah, a bunch of random bullshit super armor. It's what I can say though is the cancels are nice and Majima does feel fast. That I can say is good. Even then the style switching isn't the greatest. And again, it's somehow slower than Lost. I don't understand why it's so hard to just do what Lost Judgment did well. You see that? They dropped to the ground. The juggle limit is back, but apparently, from what I've heard, it only applies to boss fights, aka the enemy types you actually want to combo. Normal enemies, on the other hand, oh no, they actually have like a proper juggle limit where they will, when they drop to the ground, it'll be because you can no longer hit them. But the timer is still here, but it's for the bosses. It can definitely not be anywhere near uh, the discussion of the best combat system. Especially, it's not comparable to LJ in that regard because, well, LJ doesn't have that stupid juggle timer. But also, what I gotta say is, The sad truth about the Yakuza community or RGG fans is that they don't play these games for the combat. If a certain move looks cool, like this is very flashy, you know, a bunch of pretty colors and all that. It's very style over substance. By the way, how many launchers do you actually have in this game? You have this one and this one for Mad Dog. But how many do you have for... Do you only have those? But even Gaiden had more. Unless I'm just missing a couple. Oh yeah, Sea Dog does not have any reversals either. It has no form of counter. At least, not that I'm aware of. Well, let's try it out. Oh, but hey, they added a perfect block. So it's gotta count for something. But RGG fans don't really understand what makes a combat system good. I can say this. This Majima feels a bit better than the Zero version, but that's not saying a whole lot. Because Zero has god-awful combat, and he felt awful to play there. But even then, like, Zero Majima had plenty of stuff going for him, but you're just gone here. Why do we only have two fighting styles? Again, two fighting styles is not a bad thing, necessarily. But... they're not doing a very good job on incorporating every move into a single style. Look, I didn't do anything, and that just beat the boss for me. Instead of having extreme heat mode, we got that. So, if you're someone who liked the increase in your combo speed and the instant cancel for pretty much any move, fuck you. You don't get none of that. That's gone. Again, this is just a demo, but you really think they're gonna like fix anything? No. And hell, for the most part, from what I've seen, people are loving this, but I'm not seeing it. Kind of further proves my point that you guys don't know what makes a good combat system, especially when you're saying that this could maybe be on par with LJ. Like, no. And yeah, I don't know, maybe a lot of moves are locked behind, but no, not that many. I mean, look at Mad Dog. I have 16 out of 21, and Sea Dog 11 out of 18. That's quite a lot, isn't it? You really think those last upgrades will really change our perspective on the combat? Like, nah, I highly doubt it. I obviously hope I'm wrong about this game. If we get someone who's actually, when this game comes out, if we get someone who's actually good at these games, to really like push this game to the limits, like, yeah, then we can really get a good understanding. But so far, I don't see it. I mean, the hook is cool though. This what the wires should have been in Gaiden, but mm, I don't know, man. I don't think there's much else to say, really. I think I said what I wanted. But so far, I'm not seeing it.